Saying bye and leaving for office when your son is smiling at you and raising his hands to pick him up is not an easy task. Hi, I'm Devika, mother of a 6-month-old cutie pie.
You all know it is not easy to be a mother, and 3 kids, it's really a challenge. And I'm very passionate about my job as well.
Being a mother and a working woman means I have to play a dual role. And playing dual role means invariably I have to prioritize things.
When I got married and I had a son, things got really changed. On one hand, I had a job which I liked the most, which was demanding. And on the other hand, I had a son whom I loved the most in this world, who was even more demanding. I didn't want to choose between the two. I said, I'll go for both.
I'm a working woman for more than 15 years now, and I'm also a mother of 2. I'm a recruiter, and I had to travel. I traveled to a lot of campus across Tamil Nadu and across India too. And at the same time, there was this position where I had to take care of my kid too.
In a corporate environment, you should understand that you shouldn't be inhibited being vocal about certain things. Being a new mother, you wouldn't be able to spend the same amount of time as you were doing earlier because your kid would demand more time of yours than your workplace. I was open about communicating the fact that I will not be able to spend the same amount of time as I used to do earlier to my manager and the team members. And my team members took it really well because they knew that this is going to be a very small phase during that initial phase of motherhood, and it will pass.
I used to bring my son to the creche, which was right below my floor, along with my babysitter, which made me even more secured. I used to go down and meet him whenever I needed and whenever I wanted to see him.
So when you know that your kids are in safe hands, you will be comfortable in your work.
But the moment I became a mother, I had to tell a lot of no. And that's perfectly fine. When it comes to parenting, we mothers assume a lot of responsibilities. Sometimes it's much more than what we ourselves can handle. We end up being too harsh on ourselves. In my case, my husband ensured that I wasn't doing it. He played an equal role in parenting, and he still does. He is my real partner.
And it's not only me, it's also my husband, my parent-in-law. Everybody is trying their level best to nurture my child and give the best to him.
I took help in all possible ways I could. My family, friends, and especially my company. I was given a work from home option when I was in maternity leave, and interestingly, worth sharing, I was promoted as a manager 6 months after my maternity leave. So it's really important for the companies out there are mother-friendly, not only in terms of infrastructure, but also at a very cultural level. I think the challenges are only during the initial phase of motherhood.
You have to accept the fact that things will be a little bit slow in the initial phase, but things will fall in its place in the due time. You have to wait for that and be patient for that time to come.
Nobody wants to be told that they sacrifice something for someone because that makes them a liability. Definitely, I don't want to do that to my son. I want him to be proud of me. I want him to understand why I chose my career as well as motherhood.
I would tell you something very interesting about motherhood. If you have raised a child, in my case too, you have mastered the art of leadership, hands down. You have mastered the art of patience, time management. You know how to push your peers to get the work done. You know when to cajole them, have when to be stern, and definitely you know when to kill them with your kindness. And this is what your kids teach you.
Today, I would go out there and take up any challenge boldly and courageously that I doubt my 20-year-old single self would have been able to.
On this Mother's Day, I have a special request for each and every one of the mother out there. You could be a working mother or a non-working mother, doesn't matter. But take some time for yourself and spend it for yourself. You could do anything during this time. You could be singing or dancing or writing a poem, or you could learn something new during that time. Could be anything, because you all deserve it, and that is what will keep your spirits high and keep you running.
In my case, I love cooking, baking and gardening. My friends often end up asking me, how do I find the time for it? And my answer to them always have been, if you want to do something, you will definitely end up finding time for it. When there is a will, there is definitely a way.